Now we're going to talk about control flow and conditional statements in JavaScript. Control flow allows us to determine the order of execution in our programs, while conditional statements help us make decisions based on certain conditions. Now before we dive into coding, let's understand the importance of control flow and conditional statements in JavaScript. Control flow helps us control the order of execution of our code, allowing us to perform specific actions based on certain conditions. Conditional statements such as if, else if, and switch provide us with the ability to make decisions and execute different blocks of code based on the evaluation of conditions. Let's start with if statements, which allow us to execute a block of code if a certain condition is true. In this code snippet, we declare a variable num and assign it to the value 10. We use an if statement to check if num is greater than 5. If the condition evaluates to true, the code inside the curly braces is executed, and the message the number is greater than 5 is printed using console.log. If-else statements allow us to execute different blocks of code based on the evaluation of a condition. Let's see an example. In this code snippet, we declare a variable num and assign it to the value 3. We use an if-else statement to check if num is divisible by 2. If the condition evaluates to true, the code inside the if block is executed. Otherwise, the code inside the else block is executed. In this case, since 3 is not divisible by 2, the message the number is odd is printed. Else if statements allow us to handle multiple conditions within a series of if-else statements. Let's explore an example. In this code snippet, we declare a variable num and assign it to the value 7. We use else if statements to check multiple conditions. If the first condition, num is less than 0, evaluates to true, the corresponding code block is executed. If not, the next condition, num equals 0, is checked, and so on. In this case, since 7 is greater than 0, the message the number is positive is printed. Switch statements provide an alternative way to handle multiple conditions. Let's see how they work. In this code snippet, we declare a variable day and assign it to the value Monday. We use a switch statement to check if the value of day and execute different blocks of code based on the matching case. If none of the cases match, the code inside the default block is executed. In this case, since day is Monday, the message it's the start of the week is printed. And that concludes our tutorial on control flow and conditional statements in JavaScript. We covered if statements, else statements, else if statements, and switch statements, and learned how to use them effectively to make decisions in our programs.